Hello, my name is Lucy Davis and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for all of the messages and everything I have received recently. I know some of you have been like, when are you going to put out more content? So apologies for being a little bit inconsistent, I think is a good word, over the recent weeks. There is a lot going on in my life at the moment. I'm reworking a lot of things. I'm changing my business. I'm changing my home. I'm changing everything at the moment. So please do be a little bit patient with that, with the amount of videos that are coming out recently. So I was out running and I was told very clearly that I needed to do a video on it's time. So that's what I'm going to be sharing today. It is time. But what does that even mean? And this is the most important thing of it's all right now. Before I go on any further, please do check the description field. There will be a link there where you can sign up to my newsletter, and you can also sign up to the incredible Self-Love Club membership program. It starts on the 1st of June. So we basically launch it on the 1st of June every single year, and we only launch it for 72 hours. There is a window of literally 3 days whereby you can join us, and then that is it for the next 12 months. The doors are firmly closed and nobody can wriggle their way in. It's literally just a short intake so that we can get started. It is a 12-month program, so it is a commitment, and it is for those of you who know that there is something that you can do bigger and better, and you know you've got a purpose, but there's stuff like procrastination, or maybe some trauma from your past. Let me reword that. There will be trauma from your past that we will obviously get to the bottom of and be able to help you release it. Obviously, if you choose this life as a human, in this human experience, as I like to call it, is very much about free will. And again, this video is around free will. If you decide to watch this video and you think it's a load of absolute BS, that's absolutely fine. You do not need to resonate with everything. Go and find the people who you do resonate with. It's very important that we're doing that right now. Likewise, if you love this video and you love this content, drop a message below so that I can reach out to you and have a little chat as soon as I can come back. So let's talk about it. It is time. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I look on YouTube, which isn't very often, but whenever I do, there's many videos out there saying it's time, it's time, it's happening, it's time, it's happening, it's time. So I just wanted to offer a little bit of clarification from my perspective on that, a little bit of clarity for you to be able to take this forwards. So I was out running this morning, like I say, and I just kept getting this information that we needed to speak around the fact that it is time, and it's always going to be time. And this is the key element of it. Every single one of us is on our own ascension journey. Every single one of us are in one of what I call the waves of ascension, one of the waves of the awakening. Now, what that looks like is some people back in 2012, for example, would have got the calls to start awakening. Some people in 2017 may have got their call, or any of the years in between. Likewise, when everything started around the world in 2020, that may have been your reminder to come online and start looking at things, whether that be the truth, whether that be your values, whether that be your self-love, whether that be your spiritual journey, whichever way you got the calling, that was when your time was. Okay. So when I'm talking about it being time right now, we are moving into some huge shifts. I mean, we've been doing it this whole year. Like 2022 has been nothing short of catastrophic in the amount of shifts that we're taking place. Now, I'm going to link back to the new moon video for the 30th of April, because this information is going to be very, very important to be able to merge this video with. So the energies at the moment are really stepping up to allow us to be able to heal and allow us to take the path that we have chosen to walk for the rest of this lifetime. Now, I'm not saying there's just one path. I'm saying that there's multiple paths and multiple routes. You know what it's like when you imagine if you're in the forest, in the middle of a forest, you often get to like a fork, don't you? Or you often get to 3 different directions that you can go, and you have to navigate which one should I go down. And it's all about an intuitive journey. It's all around which one feels right to me, which one is calling me to go down it. And that is where we are in this part of the journey. The energies are aligning through April 2022, May 2022, and June 2022. That is a real mouthful, by the way. So April to June, the energies are aligning whereby people have no choice but to awaken. That doesn't mean that some people aren't going to choose to stay asleep. And again, that's their prerogative. We have to just honor their journey. However, anybody that is up for it, anybody that is keen, anybody that is feeling aligned to maybe something is different, maybe we could live in a different world, maybe there could be a change in the systems, you know, this is the time where people are really going to start to come online. And this is what I mean by it is time. Depending on where you are in your awakening journey and through this ascension journey that we're all going on right now, you may be called to eat plant-based. It's not down to me to tell you what is right for you. I can give suggestions and I can share. As I say to you all, I remind people of their eternal truth. That's my job. I don't call myself a teacher. Sometimes I do when I'm speaking because it's so people can get the words that I'm talking about, you know, but I look at myself as somebody who just lives their life completely intuitively, and by the experiences that I go through, I remind you guys of what is possible and what's on the table for you. Now, we know I have been on my awakening journey for some years now. A number of years ago, I made the choice to go plant-based. Now, that wasn't for any reason other than it felt right for my physical body. It wasn't a fad. It wasn't a phase. I actually was vegetarian between the age of 8 and around 18. So it was something that intuitively I was doing as a child. But one morning I woke up and I was so hungover and I could smell my stepdad's bacon cooking. And I was like, can I have a bacon sandwich, please? And that was it. I started eating meat again. So there is no judgment in your choices. The whole point of this is it's time for you to take the reins, take the lead on your own life. Use your intuition, use your initiative, use your common sense. If you feel drawn to eat more plants, eat more plants. You do not need permission from anybody else to do that. If you feel like you need to reduce your exercise, you don't need anybody's permission on that. You need to recognize what it is within you that is saying, you know, maybe it's your body going, hey, can we just do a little bit of healing of our trauma right now and just take things a little bit more steady, maybe walk more rather than run or something like that. None of us need permission for anything, because everything that we are experiencing is based on the current reality that we are choosing based on our ascension journey or our awakening journey, whatever word you like to use. Now, I truly believe that in our lifetime, we are going to experience heaven on earth. However, I believe that we are going to experience it at different times. There will be waves, depending on how people have done with their emotional trauma, depending on how people have done with really looking at their ego. We are walking into a period of time where we have no option. And I've been talking about this now for about 12 months, and it's actually happening for those people that are willing to see. We're in a period of time whereby we have to look ourselves in the eye. We can no longer blame that person over there because we are getting triggered. We can no longer blame our parents for something that they did way back when. We can no longer hang on the coattails of our, ancestral trauma from 5 lifetimes ago because, oh, I didn't decide to do that. Like, we've got no choice this lifetime right now. If you're looking to ascend, if you're looking to heighten your intuition and your psychic abilities, your telepathy, and all of those really incredible things that we practice in Self-Love Club with Lucy Davis Facebook group, if you want to bring that stuff online, you need to make the choice to recognize what is holding you back, recognize what emotional trauma responses you are actually holding on to on a day-to-day basis. Now, that could look like eating the chocolate. That could look like running. That could look like having, you know, a bottle of wine on a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday night. It could look like you getting upset and angry with your partner when you don't get your own way. Like, there are so many different stories that we play. There are so many different circumstances and settings that we put ourselves in. And I'm actually going to do another video on that. I'm going to talk more deeply about the deep-rooted trauma that is held within our DNA cells. This is the time for us to be able to lift that, though. We do get an option. You know, we can decide, oh yeah, you know what, I am ready to heal. I'm ready to do this. I'm actually going to look myself in the eye. I know that I can't hide anymore. I know that everything that I'm experiencing is down to me. There are so many people out there, you know, that we're still looking for somebody to blame. We're still looking for a savior. And that's missing the whole point of this awakening journey. It is time for us to take control of ourselves. It's time for us to lean into the messages. We're all getting different messages right now. We're bright ones. We're here to change the world. We're not here to all get the same message. Like I say, if you feel drawn to step away from meat for a little while, do that. If you feel drawn to go back to eating meat, do that. There will be messages in it for you all. Just be very, very clear on how you feel. If you do make a change like that, notice, does your energy increase? Do you feel more clarity? Do you feel happier? This is really important things. Like we make these changes because, oh, that person over there says it's a good thing. You know, a key example of this is whenever I do the fasts with my 12-month program, everyone's like, oh my God, Lucy, I need to do this. Tell me what it is. Tell me it. Give me the information. We need to do this. And it's because they like what they see. They like the fact that they see my skin absolutely glowing. They like the fact that they see my discipline. They like the fact that I'm being vulnerable and I'm sharing the emotional trauma that's coming up for both me and my clients. They want to be involved in that. They want a piece of that. However, if intuitively that's what they wanted to really do, they would do it. They would figure out a way and they would do it. It wouldn't just be, oh, switch on because I see it in front of me. And this is what's been happening over the whole of our lifetime. We see something on television or we see something on social media and all of a sudden we want to buy it. Before that, we hadn't even thought about it. We had no idea what it was or even that it existed more often than not. However, all of a sudden, because we see it, oh, this program, this mind control of consumerism is there. It's in our life. It's very, very prevalent. And of course, what do? Rather than recognize it and take a step back and breathe and think, you know, is this really what I'm doing? We want to scratch that itch. As soon as we see it, we want to scratch it. We can't sit there and just allow it to tickle us for a little bit, knowing that it is going to disappear. So whenever I see any of this stuff about it's time, it's happening, from my perspective, this is what it means. We're all on different waves of ascension. We're all walking different paths on this journey. And that's not to say that anybody's is more important than each other's. We're all walking along, holding hands, doing our different things to create the level of consciousness that we required for us to be able to heal the world, step out of these systems, you know, remind everybody that they've had this programming put over them and put inside of them, and it's like literally in their DNA. This is what it is time for. I do not believe that anybody is coming to save us. I do not believe that anybody that is promising that they are going to lead people to safety, I don't believe it. It's down to us to recognize and remember who we are, what our gifts are, what our path is this lifetime, and then find the other ones. That's what it's time for. I've had a lot of emails and messages on Instagram and Facebook around traveling recently, and whether people should go traveling or whether they shouldn't go traveling, like what's going to happen. If you feel called, go. If you do not feel called, if you are waiting for somebody to tell you, recognize it's an emotional trauma response. You are waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. That could be because then you've got somebody to blame. That could be because then it's almost like you've got permission. None of us need permission. We are such incredible, we're so divinely connected. If we listen to our intuition, we are going to get the lessons that we require to remember our eternal truth. That doesn't mean it's going to be gold. It doesn't always mean, oh yeah, I feel drawn to go to Somerset tomorrow, so when I go there, I'm going to have a magical experience. It might be that what happens is you need to go there to experience something that's going to actually knock you back onto your path properly. Trust yourself. You know better than anybody. Trust yourself. It's time for you to surrender. It's time for you to trust. The energies are working with us. And I want to keep reminding you, I would really like for you to feel this vibration when I say it. The light has already won. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. And I know it feels like a bit of a struggle and oh God, we're impatient. We're impatient creatures. I get it. Like, I am an impatient creature at my human level. Lucy Davis is very impatient. It's like, come on, let's get it done. I was a project manager for many years. I was a get shit done kind of girl. So in my humanness, I have got this level of impatience. So I get it. Don't judge yourself for it. What we do need to be recognizing, though, and remembering is the light has won. Otherwise, we would have never agreed to come down here. We would have never incarnated. We would have said, no way, we're not going to go through another lifetime whereby we have to experience this and go through all of this level of nonsense, for want of better words. We have had the last 2 to 2.5 years of heightened nonsense in a consolidated period. Like, it's just been constant. We have been pushed from pillar to post. We have been had narcissistic attacks on us. We have been abused, for want of better words. So it's very important that we start to recognize. Now is the time where we go inwards. We do not need somebody to tell us what we can and what we cannot do. Now is the time for us to recognize the calls that we are getting and surrender our ego. So we go, okay, whatever it is that I'm going to learn from going to Timbuktu is going to serve me. Whatever I'm going to learn by, going back to meat or taking meat out of my diet or adding exercise, whatever it is, I'm going to surrender in the knowing that whatever it is that I'm being called to do, because that's what I'm talking about. When I get called to go to another country, or when I get called to do something, it's not someone literally picks up the phone and says, hey, you've got to go there. I get this feeling of, I need to be in that place. I need to do this for myself. I need to stop doing that, or I need to focus on this. And it's those calls. And then when I listen, I get the gold. That's when the lessons come in. I am no different to you. You all have this inside of you. It is an innate, built-in quality of all of us. So you might sit there and be thinking, well, all right, Lucy, smart ass, if this is built in, why can I not use it? Why is it not available to me? Why is it not easy? We didn't sign up for it to be easy. We signed up to make a difference. We signed up to be the change. We signed up to change this world. We signed up because we knew what the end result was going to be, and we wanted to be a part of that. We wanted to be a part of it. We knew it was going to be a challenge. We knew there was going to be moments of gold and moments of absolute distress. We knew all of this. So start listening to yourself, invest in yourself, take time. Remember, this is about you. It is time for you. It is time for partnerships. It is time, once you have awareness and mastery of self, then you can go on and you can create the partnerships and the collaborations that we're all looking for right now. These conscious communities, these healing centers, the sanctuaries for animals, things like this, like all of these amazing things that people are planning to do behind closed doors. Now is the time for that. It is time for you. It is time for us. Trust whatever you are being pulled to do. Trust whatever it is that you're questioning. Trust if you are like, oh, I can't listen to anything anymore. I don't want to be around people. Like there's maybe one person I like to follow on social media. Brilliant. Remove everybody else. Follow that one person to get whatever it is that you need. And when you evolve and you change, surrender to it. It's the whole point of being a human. This experience is about evolution every single day. Just because you liked something yesterday doesn't mean you need to like it the next day. If you've gone, oh, wow, I really felt that this was going to serve me, but actually I've learned a lesson from that. Thank you very much for coming into my life for this short period of time, but now I'm going to look this way. That's okay. As long as it's not a distraction tactic, you know, and we're very used to those distraction tactics right now because it's bright, shiny objects all over. Look over here, this is going on. Look over here, this is going on. Look over here, but don't look over there. You know, so you need to step into this space. What is it that you need to do? What are the calls that you are experiencing? Can you feel your intuition coming online? Do you feel drawn to do something? Are you being lazy? Are you asking people to answer the questions for you? Or are you actually using your initiative and allowing it to come online and support you? We cannot continue with the amount of laziness on the planet. We can't. We have to come online and we have to start making things happen for ourselves. Now is the time to do that. It's such an interesting period of time. Remember, it is time for you. It's time for you to choose you. It's time for you to be the captain of your ship or the director of your movie. It's time for that. If any of you, like I said at the beginning, if any of you need any help with this, please, please, please get signed up to the Self-Love Club membership program launch. It's on the 1st of June. The link is going to be in the description below. I do have other programs that will be able to help you. So you can always just hop over to my website and, you know, get in touch with us, have a free 15-minute breakthrough call, or likewise, you can just go ahead and look at the programs online for yourselves. Let me know in the description box, not in the description box, let me know in the comments below if this video resonates with you. Are you feeling a little bit more of self-ownership? Are you feeling it's time to really step into what it is that you're hearing, what it is that you're listening to? Or let's be honest, are you one of the people I've been speaking about, which is like, I just want my questions answered. I need somebody like Lucy to answer my questions. Be honest about it, recognize it, because this is really going to help your healing journey. Okay. Ladies and gents, it's my absolute honor to have you with me again today. Please, please, please do remember to check out the description field. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Feel free to share it with anybody that you feel it might resonate. And if you fancy being around a little bit more of my energy and my vibration and the words that come out of my mouth, then please do go and subscribe to the channel. And I will be seeing you in the next video. Lots of love to you all. Have the most incredible day, and I will see you super soon.